Hello, friends, welcome back to our next episode of Parables. The last episode, we saw how there is a surprising element in the parables, that there is some kind of surprise which we are going to see, and it is going to be unveiled in the coming episodes. Today, we are going to focus right now on the group of parables which are concerned with the coming of the kingdom of God, the growth of the kingdom of God. And when you look at the coming and the growth of the kingdom, let us look at the most common parables, the smallest parables, but very meaningful parables. Now, when Jesus started his ministry, it was not very easy for him because it was a very difficult time in the first century Jewish culture. There were a lot of problems happening already, and he was being opposed a lot by the Pharisees who thought he had a devil in him. Then there were a lot of people who thought, like, he's moving with the sinners, tax collectors, and there was a lot of opposition. During such times, obviously the disciples must have thought, like, where are we going with Jesus? Is there going to be a future for us? Is there something going to come out of this? And there must be some kind of discouragement. So Jesus needed to give them a parable of hope. And that parable of hope is the parable of the mustard seed and the parable of the yeast. I've already done the parable of the mustard seed before in one of the videos, which I will link in the description below. But still, I will speak a little about this parable. So, we see in Matthew chapter 13, verse 31, Jesus says, "The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed that took and sowed in his field. It is the smallest of all seeds, but when it grows, it is the greatest of all shrubs and becomes a tree so that the birds of the air come and make nest in its branches." Such a wonderful parable. Jesus said this parable because I told you the reason. Disciples were discouraged. People thought that this movement will not last. But we see how when Jesus chose that disciples who were ordinary people, fishermen, tax collectors, sinners, they were able to establish today, after 2000 years, a worldwide church. That is, a small mustard seed now grew and became such a big church that even Gentiles are coming, and the people of other faiths are coming and having taking refuge in the tree, that is taking refuge in the church. That is the meaning of the birds who are taking coming in the nest and under the shade of the tree. We are the mustard seed. We are very insignificant. Sometimes we feel that we are very insignificant. But our lives can have such a transforming effect in the entire world if God has chosen us for a particular purpose. And it is He who has started this purpose. Therefore, in the most insignificant beginnings, already their endings are, already we have to see the endings. The contrast is of the size. The smallest seed can grow into a greater shrub. So a small thing which we do for the Lord will never go waste in the kingdom of God. It will grow. It will grow, and God is the one who is going to accomplish His work in the world. Now we move on to our next parable. The next parable is the parable of the yeast. Second, I'll read the parable. So he told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like the yeast that a woman took and mixed it with 3 measures of flour until all of it was leavened. Now, in the Jewish culture, yeast or leaven is a symbol of something that is evil. So here, only in this passage, yeast is used in a positive reference, in a good terms. So your yeast represents the grace which is there in the church, and the 3 measures of flour represent the world, because in 3 measures of flour you can have an entire meal. So now what happens, this woman took this yeast and put it into the flour, and therefore this has been mixed until it was leavened. So East is basically the church who has the responsibility to go inside the world and then infuse the spirit of the gospel of Jesus Christ and bring a change into this world, a transformation into this world. It is not only the church, it is also the individual Christian or a believer who we are, and we are not supposed to close ourselves but go inside the world. It is not the flower which is put in the east, but it is the east which is put in the flower. So we are supposed to go and infuse the spirit of God in the people who are living, and through us God is going to sanctify the world. God is going to build up and bring about the salvation of the world, and that is what is God has called each one of us. So I want to share my example that it is, when I wanted to start the YouTube ministry, it was not easy for me. I really had lot of thoughts coming in my mind that I have never started anything alone. I always had someone or the other who were there to help me. But this was a time when I wanted to start something where I thought I don't think it will last. I don't think it will even last for a week or a month or anything. But when I was assured in my prayer time that God was telling me that who told you you are alone? I am going to be your partner. I am going to complete the work, and it is my work. It is not your work. It is you who need to be faithful and hold on to me, and I will accomplish the work. Believe me, the strength which I received after listening the words of Jesus made me understand that even though I am an ordinary person with lot of weaknesses, lot of fears, anxieties, God is the one who is going to work through me, and I need to give God the chance. And therefore I decided to start something which was totally opposite to my nature. I knew my nature is such that I don't like to really be do something on the forefront, and this is what God did in me. And therefore God is encouraging you to be the east and to be that mustard seed and to believe in his power and not your power, because we see 1 Philippians chapter 6, I am confident of this, that the one who began a good work among you will bring it to completion by the day of Jesus Christ. So here it is written that the one who began a good work among you is God. He is the one who has began the work, and he is the one who will accomplish the mission which he has given for you, for me, if we are faithful to him. So this is the parable of hope which we should have, that in spite of all the things which are not right or which are not going as per our plan, God is the one who is working under us, and he will bring the work, he will complete the work which he has started in us. And so stay tuned for our next episode. It will be surely something beneficial for you, and do keep me in your prayers. Thank you. Bye bye.